This is for all you multi-talented, multitasking, multi-everything people out there. Take it away.
Find your glory, write your story, fearless feet will carry you. Time you own it, take your moment, be a fire burning through. Hustling from night until morning, grinding it out, it won't be long. Feel your power, it's your hour, you inspire, you are strong.
Enjoy your Zoa. No applause? You're all fired.
Now that you've reached the stage in your life where quality television is important, Nubian TV is a black network that speaks to your lifestyle. Nubian TV is the world's first digital network devoted to the upscale and political lifestyles of black people. Nubian TV's programming includes politics, travel, fashion, food, automotive, arts and culture, civil rights, music, and more. Watch now on Amazon Fire TV, Roku, or watch globally at nubiantv.net. Nubian TV, it's what you want to watch.
Come with me if you want to live a more delicious life.
Oh, maybe we should get in the van.
In this world, we don't get to control much. The past, male pattern baldness.
Leggies.
Got one right now. The urge to pop that bubble wrap. But there is one thing we do get to choose every single day. What we eat. Welcome to the Sonic Department of Research and Deliciousment. We have everything you want, didn't know you wanted, and some things you didn't know were possible. Because we believe if you're not having fun, you're not living free. So come on, let's live a little.
Hey, good morning, America. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Money! Are you ready? They are ready. Covering the biggest events in the country right now.
There's a lot going on here this morning.
It's always a good time.
That's what the show's about.
That's good.
Really good. Very good.
Coming in hot. Jimmy coming in hot.
It's far from elementary.
Oh, good morning, America.
I'm not going to try to strut like Michael or anything.
I have known George a long, long time.
Have you ever gotten him to dance?
Look at that face.
You don't just see it, you feel it.
I'm in.
I'm in. I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'll be there.
I am here and so happy.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'm in. That tells you something when Snoop Dogg's in. Michael, George, where?
Ginger.
Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery, an isle of fire-breathing excitement, a shadowy world of monsters and mystery, new wonders in the wizarding world, and a new way to play. Plus the splendor of a magnificent resort hotel overlooking the park. It's all new excitement at Universal Orlando Resort. A week's worth of vacation thrills with 4 amazing theme parks, a variety of spectacular themed hotels, and incredible dining and entertainment. It's all at Universal Orlando Resort, where you'll find new adventures every day. Explore the astonishing worlds of Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort.
Well, hello to you, and you. Good morning to everybody. We made it to Friday. Praise be unto God for that. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 destinations for y'all this morning. Charter Communications and Cox are combining forces to create a whole new cable entity that happened this morning. I'll tell you about that. Tamar Braxton, we gotta talk, child. Because why did you do it, Talani? Why? We'll talk about that. Rondell Sheridan, there is a update on him, but it's not a good update. We'll bring that to you live. Wicked, for all the Wicked fans, there is a way for you to see the Wicked for Good trailer, but you're not gonna like the way you're gonna have to see it. I'll tell you how, rather. Disney, of course, as you guys know, they are doing Disneyland Abu Dhabi. But there's an update on that sounds like something familiar. We'll get to that. Foot Locker, okay? Foot Locker got bought. But by who? Wait till you hear, okay? Chris Brown got arrested. Yeah, Chris Brown got arrested. Yes, indeed he did. We will talk about that for sure. DDG, by the way, DDG, he responded to everybody, okay? He responded to everybody that switched up on him, this, that, and the third. And, bruh, I mean, here's the thing, right? And you said what you said of not responding, right? But, bruh, you responded. We're going to talk about that, okay? And then finally, a notice about energy drinks that you need to know. I did not know this, and it has impacted me in a big way. And shout out to my mama, because she always watched Dr. Oz before he went crazy. But we'll talk about that. 9 destinations for y'all this morning. So higher is weighing, low is available. But either way, we are live on tour. Let me take down this iconic intro here. You see that virtual tour background? Yes, you do. You hear that virtual tour music? Yes, you do. One thing to know, and two things for sure, rather. Over here on this channel, a lot happens early. Roll it.
It's a new morning for America's family. Sun's coming up, so make it all that it can be. You know a lot happens early.
I'm Harry Smith.
I'm Julie Chen. I'm Maggie Rodriguez.
Morning everywhere. Come on, get up.
I'm Russ Mitchell.
And I'm Dave Price.
And it's a little early for this.
Now this it's a new morning for America's family. Sun's coming up, so make it all that it can be. You know a lot happens early. Every day's good when you started it up right. But I wait every daylight. And a lot happens early. Can you feel it when I say?
Good morning, everybody.
Are you girls ready for the Jonas Brothers?
We have an early show exclusive. Yes.
A lot happens early.
Dirty.
Early.
A lot.
A lot.
A lot happens
Early.
The Early Show, weekday mornings on CBS.
It's a new morning.
This is Julie Chen Move, as is a new morning to the Russ Mitchell, Dave Price, Harry Smith, and Maggie Rodriguez. You are absolutely right on this channel right here. A lot happens early. Good morning, everybody. Hopefully all is well for each and every single one of you. Let's get to the getting and doing what we do. We have 9 destinations for you all this morning. Okay, let's make it do what it do here. So we're going to kick it off with this. Charter Communications and Cox. So Charter Communications and Cox Communication, Charter Communications and Cox Communications announced definite agreement to combine companies. The transaction will create an industry leader in communications, seamless entertainment, and high quality customer service that will benefit employees, customers, local communities, and shareholders. The key takeaways: Charter and Cox will create an industry leader in mobile broadband communications and seamless video entertainment with high quality customer service. The combination will benefit customers, employees, communities, and shareholders. The proposed transaction puts America first by returning jobs from overseas and creating new, good paying customer service and sales careers. From Stamford, Connecticut and Atlanta, Georgia, respectfully, Charter Communications Incorporated, along with its subsidiaries Charter and Cox Communications, Cox, today announced that they have entered a definitive agreement to combine their businesses in a transformative transaction that will create an industry leader in mobile and broadband communication services, seamless video entertainment, high quality customer service, delivering powerful benefits for American employees, customers, communities, and shareholders. The proposed transaction values Cox Communications at an enterprising value of approximately $34.5 billion. $34.5 billion based on and at parity with Char's recent enterprise value to 2025 estimate EBITDA trading multiple. We are honored that the Cox family has entrusted us with its impressive legacy and are excited by the opportunity to benefit from the terrific operating history and community leadership of Cox, said Chris Winfrey, president and CEO of Charter. Cox and Char have been innovators in connectivity and entertainment services with decades of work and hundreds of billions of dollars to build, upgrade, and expand complementary regional networks to provide high quality internet, video, voice, and mobile services. This combination will augment our ability to innovate and provide high quality, competitive price products delivered with outstanding customer service to millions of homes and businesses. We will continue to deliver high value products that save American families money, and we will onshore jobs from overseas to create new good paying careers for U.S. employees that come with great benefits for training and advancement and retirement and ownership opportunities. The Cox family is the longest continuous operator in the industry, having acquired its first cable television franchise in 1962. Our family has always believed that investing for the long term and staying committed to the best interests of our customers, employees, and communities is the best recipe for success. Alex Taylor, chairman and CEO of Cox Enterprises in Char, we found the right partner at the right time and in the right position to take this commitment to a higher level, but before delivering an incredible outcome for our customers, employees, suppliers, and the local communities we serve. Char's board and I are excited about this transaction and very supportive of Alex stepping into the board chairman role, said Eric Zinterhofer. Is that how I say it? Eric Zinterhofer? Okay. Chairman of Charter's board of directors. The combination of Cox Communications with Char's excellent outcome for our collective shareholders, customers, employees in the industry. So structure and time, and just to give you guys the context there, in the transaction, Char will acquire Cox Communications commercial fiber, manage information technology and cloud businesses, and Cox Enterprise will contribute Cox Communications residential cable business to Char Holdings and an existing subsidiary partnership of Charter. Cox assets have been valued using Cox 2025 estimated adjusted EBITDA multiplied by Char's total enterprise value to 2025 estimated adjusted EBITDA trading multiple of 6.44 times based on Wall Street consensus for Char's 2025 adjusted EBITDA and Char's NASDAQ CHTR 60-day volume weighted average price of $353.64 as of 4/25/25. $4 billion in cash. It's like, here's $4 billion. Can you imagine if somebody just handed you $4 billion in cash? Goodbye. Like what? $6 billion normal amount of convertible preferred units in Char's existing partnership, which will pay a 6.875% coupon, which are convertible into Char partnership units, which are then exchangeable for Char common shares, and approximately 33.6 million common units in Char's existing partnership with an implied value of $11.9 billion, and which are exchangeable for Char's common shares. Based on Char's share count as of March 31st, 2025 at closing, Cox Enterprises will own approximately 23% of the combined entities' fully diluted shares outstanding on an as converted, rather as exchange basis, and pro forma of the closing of the Liberty Broadband merger. The transaction is subject to customary closing conditions, including the receipt of regulatory and charter shareholder approvals. The combined entity will assume Cox's approximately $12 billion in outstanding debt. Within a year after the close, the combined company will change its name to Cox Communications. Spectrum will become the consumer-facing brand within the communities Cox serve. The combined company will remain headquartered in Stamford, Connecticut, and will maintain a significant presence on Cox Atlanta, Georgia campus following the closing. So basically, what is happening is Spectrum is under Charter, right? So Spectrum is becoming its own brand. Like they got Spectrum News in New York, they got Spectrum News Ohio, right? So to be able to combine Cox, right, and they have Contour, which is a really good, cable service I was able to use while visiting my cousin down in Georgia. So to take their cable services and combine with Spectrum to expand their reach is really a good thing. I like the fact that the headquarters remain in Stamford, Connecticut, because that means people get to keep their jobs. They won't have to move. And not to mention, too, they're also maintaining significant presence on Cox Atlanta, Georgia campus. Let's see here. So this is more stuff here. Governance following the close of Mr. Winfrey will continue in his current role as president and CEO and board member. Mr. Taylor will join the board as chairman. Mr. Zinterhofer will become the lead independent director on Charter's board. Cox will have the right to nominate an additional 2 board members to Charter's 13-member board. Advanced Newhouse, another storied cable innovator which contributed its operations to Charter's partnership in 2016, will retain its 2 board nominees. It's expected that Charter's combination with Cox will be completed contemporaneously with the previously announced Liberty Broadband merger. As a result, Liberty Broadband will cease to be a direct shareholder in Charter and will no longer designate directors for election to the Charter board. Accordingly, the 3 current Liberty Broadband nominees on Charter's board will resign at closing. Liberty Broadband shareholders will receive direct interest in Charter as a result of the Liberty Broadband merger. Upon closing, Charter, Cox Enterprises, and Advanced Newhouse will enter into an amended and restated stockholders agreement, which will provide for preemptive rights over certain issues, says voting caps that require participation in Charter common share repurchases as specified, acquisition caps, and transfer restrictions, among other shareholder governance matters. So community leadership here. The Cox family of businesses was founded 127 years ago on the promise of building a better future for the next generation. Both Cox and Charter want to see that intent reinforced in this partnership. The Cox family's commitment to supporting its communities throughout the philanthropic work of the James M. Cox Foundation will be continued by Charter's $50 million grant to establish a separate foundation that will encourage community leadership and support where the combined company does business. Additionally, Charter will make an initial $5 million investment to establish an employee relief fund that mirrors the Cox employee relief fund. Y'all should have done that already for your own employees, but okay, it's better late than never, I guess. Which Cox and the Cox Fund created in 2005 to help employees through times of hardship such as natural disasters or other unexpected life challenges. So strategic and customer objectives. Following the closing, the combined company's industry-leading products will launch across Cox approximately 12 million passings and 6 million consumers under the Spectrum band, including Spectrum's advanced Wi-Fi, Spectrum Mobile Speed Boost, the Spectrum TV app, Seamless Entertainment, and Xumo. So Xumo is their free advertising video on demand service. So you got Pluto TV, which is free TV from Paramount. You got Roku, which is Roku. Amazon used to have Freevee. It was IMDb TV before, but now it's called Freevee, so that's no longer. But they do have free TV on Amazon Prime. ABC doesn't have a free TV app. They were trying to build that in the ABC app, but they deleted that app idiotically because they're trying to get everybody onto Disney Plus, right? So, Then I'm trying to think with Fox. I think they should be coming out with like a free. Oh no, Fox is Tubi. I almost forgot. Fox is Tubi. The CW. Hang on, let me do this. Let me get a. Give me a moment. Let me get a Google Doc here. So I'll make things easier for you, boy. For your man, your friend, family member, rather. I don't know. So Tubi is Fox, NBC, Universal, I think is Exumo, if I'm not mistaken. CBS is Pluto TV, the CW, ABC, no free TV app. So ABC, NBC, NBC, CBS, Fox, and CW. Okay. So here it is here. I'm going to hold it up for you guys and make sure something. Oops. Yep, okay. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Mm-hmm. Yes, okay. Good. Okay. So here it is here, guys. Hold that up for you guys here. Okay. Right. Okay, I think that's as big as I can do it. So right here are all the free television channels right here. Okay, so you got Tubi on Fox, you got NBC Universal, you got CBS, Blue TV, you got the CW app, and then ABC has no free TV app. Although they could buy Redbox, because Redbox had a free TV thing that they were doing. So Redbox by ABC, so releasing entertainment daily could be from ABC, or they could buy Roku. It'll be called Disco. Missed that conversation? It's on the channel. All right, back to this here. In which, when coupled with Spectrum's transparent and customer-focused pricing and packaging structure, will provide Cox customers with enhanced flexibility and convenience, as well as the choice to pay less for Spectrum's bundled services or keep their current plans. The new combination will create a best-in-class customer service model. That model will integrate Cox's rich service history with Charter's 100% U.S.-based employee-focused service and sales model, industry-leading customer commitments. Charter customers will benefit from Cox business, well-known industry leadership in business telecommunications, including Segra and Rapid Scale. Charter and Cox employees will benefit from investments in its employee-focused technology, artificial intelligence tools, and an expansion of Charter's self-progression career advancement model for promotions and standardized pay increases. Specific benefits from the combination include the combined company will bring together the best products practices of each company to benefit all the combined company's customers and employees. The combined company will be better positioned to aggressively compete in expanding and dynamic marketplace that includes larger national broadband companies with wireline and wireless capabilities, regional wireline mobile competitors, global video distribution providers, and platforms and satellite broadband companies. The combined company will also be better positioned for continued expanded investment and innovation in mobile, given the increased footprint of video with big tech. Currently leverages global scale content distribution and advertising, where the transaction will expand opportunities for advertisers, large and small, national, regional, and local, bringing new competition in an area now dominated by big tech. In the business sector, where the combined company will have additional leverage, yet still remain a regional player competing against larger national competitors. And through greater product innovation areas, including artificial intelligence tools and small cell development of licensed, share licensed, and unlicensed spectrum, bringing new advanced services and capabilities to consumers and businesses. Cox customers will gain access to Charter's simple, transparent price and package structure, including no annual contracts for any residential services, which means customers are free to change service providers at any time with no risk of early termination fees. Cox customers will also benefit from Charter's industry-first customer service commitments, which include Charter's 100% U.S.-based customer service team available 24/7. Charter has committed to fixing service disruptions quickly, including same-day technician dispatch when requested before 5 p.m. the next day. And Charter provides customers credits for outages that last longer than 2 hours, which is amazing. This proposed transaction puts America first by returning jobs from overseas and creating new, good-paying customer service and sales careers. The combined company will adopt Charter's sales and service workforce model, which will fully return Cox customer service functions to the United States. All employees, listen to this now, all employees will earn a starting wage at least $20 per hour. $20 per hour, and will gain access to Charter's industry-leading benefits, which include comprehensive medical, dental, and vision coverage for all full-time and part-time employees. Charter has absorbed the full premium cost increase for the last 12 years. Market-leading retirement benefits, including a 401k plan with a company match of up to 6% of their eligible pay with an additional 3% contribution available for most employees. Check this out. Free or discount Spectrum Mobile TV Internet service. I'm going to say that 2 more times. Free or discount Spectrum Mobile TV and Internet service. Free or discount Spectrum Mobile TV Internet service. Multiple opportunities for upward advancement to build careers, including through tuition-free undergraduate degree and certificate programs via flexible online learning, self-progression programs with standardized pay increases, and formal development programs such as the Broadband Field Technician Apprenticeship Program, Employee Stock Purchase Plan, which provides frontline employees the ability to purchase stock and receive a matching grant of Charter's restricted stock units, RSUs, for up to 1-for-1 based on commercial service, offering employees another meaningful incentive to grow their careers with Charter. And the combined company here will expand Charter's award-winning local Spectrum news stations in Cox's footprint by bringing hyper-local unbiased news coverage to more communities. The company will not own any national programming. I'm laughing at that for a very particular reason. Okay. I think we're almost done here. Yep, we're almost done, guys. We're almost done. The combined company will retain its industry leadership in protecting the security of U.S. communication networks from foreign threats, financial outlook by deploying Charter's operating strategy across Cox's footprint. The combined company will offer Cox customers the choice to pay less for new Spectrum bundle services or keep their current plans, invest in more U.S.-based employees, continue improving service quality, and support the development of third-party platforms for new consumer products through continuing network evolution. Despite those investments, the combined business is expected to produce higher cash flow per passing and investment returns over time by creating and preserving more relationships on a fixed network, selling more products to each customer, and reducing operating capital costs per passing by lowering service transactions, churn, and fixed cost leverage. Charter also currently expects approximately $500 million of annual cost synergies achieved within 3 years of close, stemming from procurement and overhead savings. As a part of the transaction, Charter expects to assume approximately $12 billion of Cox Communications debt at closing and will have approximately 3.9 times net leverage, including the impact of the Liberty Broadband Cox transactions based on the net debt of the company as of March 31st, 2025. Charter expects to, just at closing, its long-term target leverage range to 3.50 to 4.00 times to reflect the enhanced size of its balance sheet. Citi and Linetree observing as financial advisors, and Watchtail, Lipton, Rose, and Cox serving as legal counsel to Charter. Allen Company serving as financial advisor to Cox Enterprises. BDT and MSC Partners, Evercore, and Wells Fargo are serving as financial advisors to Cox Communications. Lathrop and Watkins LLP is serving as legal advisor to Cox Enterprises. So there was a webcast this morning at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time related to the contents of its release. The webcast can be accessed via the company's investor relations website at ir.charter.com. Participant should go to the webcast link no later than 10 minutes prior to the start time to register. The webcast will be archived at ir.charter.com 2 hours after the completion of the webcast. So as of right now, 8 to 9, 8:30 to 9:30, 9:30, 10:30. So it's available now. And then here are all the media contacts there. So this is a very big deal. That Cox is getting bought by Charter, but it will be. So you probably wonder what house is going to look like. So, like they said, the company will be named Cox. Okay. But the Charter Spectrum will be the brand on its cable, broadband, mobile, other services, right? So the company is going to be named Cox, but it will be Spectrum that will be up front. Okay, so here's a little bit more here. Cable companies Charter and Cox agreed to merge. This comes to us from CNBC. So Charter Communications and Cox Communications, two of the largest cable companies in the United States, have entered an agreement to merge. The deal values Cox at $34.5 billion on an enterprise basis, in line with Charter's recent enterprise value. According to a news release, Charter Spectrum, the brand on its cable, broadband, mobile, other services, will become the consumer-facing brand across all customers. So, of course, talk about all this here. This isn't too long of an article. We can read this, okay? Because sometimes y'all articles, woo, Jesus. Charter Communications and Cox Communications, two of the largest cable companies in the United States, have agreed to merge. The deal would be one of the largest in history and across corporate America in the last year. The agreement values Cox at $34.5 billion on an enterprise basis, comprised of $21.9 billion of equity and $12.6 billion of net debt and other obligations, in line with Charter's recent enterprise value based on 2025 estimated earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization multiple. According to a Friday news release, shares of Charter, the second largest publicly traded cable company behind Comcast, were up roughly 2% in early trading Friday, primarily run by the Cox family. Cox is among the biggest cable providers too. On Friday, with investors, Charter CEO Chris Winfrey called the deal good for America and said it will turn jobs from overseas to create new, good-paying customer service and sales careers. Commentary comes as corporate deal activity has been slower than expected since President 47 took office. After 47 won the election, Wall Street rallied as many expected the regulatory environment to loosen the floodgates to open for deal makers and corporate leaders. But in the months following the election, companies have been contending with other factors around the deal makers, such as the Federal Communications Commission investigation into diversity, equity, inclusion practices, and the outcome of 47 tariffs. Which, by the way, I just want to bring this up, right? So tonight we are actually going to have a really big town hall discussion, because there's been a lot of mergers and acquisitions happening. So as you can see right here, let me take down this banner. It says the state of black media is changing. Are we being culturally appropriated for what we can do, or are we more culturally appropriated for who we are? So as you can see, Disney has no black network. Universal has no black network, but black people watch Bravo. Warner Bros. Discovery is the Oprah Winfrey Network. Fox is Fox Soul. Next Star Media Group Incorporated has no black network. And Paramount is BET, Black Entertainment Television. So we will have this conversation tonight at 8:30. So I'm looking forward to seeing all of you there. Did a lot of research into that, and we're going to have a good time. We're going to have a good time. Because there's just a lot of intel, okay? The FCC did not care about diversity, equity, inclusion practices in terms of, doing investigations and stuff. It's all because of a bigoted, racist, sexist, and everything in between that got led in this precedent. That's the only reason why the FCC is even doing these investigations. Because before then, nobody cared. Even when George W. Bush was in office, they did not do investigations of diversity, equity, and inclusion. Okay. Last fall, communications giant Verizon announced a proposed $20 billion acquisition of Frontier Communications. However, the deal has yet to receive regulatory approval as Verizon is being investigated for its DDG practices. Charter+ said on Friday the company is expected to go through a fulsome process. The merger with Cox comes months after Charter announced it will acquire Liberty Broadband and all-stock deal that simplifies cable pioneer John Malone's portfolio. In February, Charter and Liberty Broadband stockholders approved the proposed deal. Charter expects there to be about $500 million in annual cost synergies within 3 years of closing. According to the release, the merger agreement with Cox is expected to close at the same time as Liberty Broadband merger, companies said Friday. Winfrey said on Friday's call it's hard to pinpoint timing, but said we think that could be in the next year, mid next year. But of course, we'll follow the regulators and work with them productively. So this is Christopher L. Winfrey, CEO of Charter Communications Cable Combo. The broadband industry has been contending with heat competition for wireless carriers in recent years, as there's been a rise in alternative home internet options like 5G or so-called fixed wireless. This follows the continued loss of customers from the traditional cable TV bundle. Charter had 30 million broadband customers at the end of the first quarter, a decline of 60,000 from the prior period. It had about 12.7 million cable TV customers with 181,000 losses during the quarter. Cable companies have begun to lean on their mobile businesses to retain customers, and Charter has been aggressive in its pricing and bundling of mobile lines. Charter said it had 10.5 million mobile lines as of first quarter after reporting another year of growth. The company provides services in 41 states. That's Charter, by the way, and it's available in more than 57 million homes and businesses. As of March 31st, Charter said it had a total of 31.4 million customer relationships. Cox Communications, a division of Cox Enterprises, counts itself as the largest privately held broadband company in the United States and has approximately 6.5 million total residential commercial customers per its website. On Friday's investor call, Charter Chief Financial Officer Jessica Fisher provided details on Cox business. The company has 6.3 million customers, including 5.9 million signed up for internet. Cox generated $13.1 billion in revenue in 2024. She said Cox services are available to 12 million homes, and its network infrastructure reaches more than 30 states. Began offering mobile in 2023. The combined company's network will span approximately 46 states, making it available to 70 million homes with 38 customers. I don't know if that's right, because that would be more customers, right? So like 38 million customers, maybe. Just saying. Winfrey said Friday, by comparison, Comcast report it had roughly 51.4 million total customer relationships. It was available in nearly 64 million homes and businesses as of March 31st. Upon the close of the merger, Cox Enterprises will own roughly 23% of the combined company's fully diluted shares outstanding. Going to release the transaction was combined. Company changed its name to Cox Communications within a year after the deal closes. Charter Spectrum, the brand on its cable, broadband, mobile services, will become the consumer-facing brand across all customers. The combined company will take on Charter's current headquarters in Stamford, Connecticut, although it will keep a significant presence in Cox home base in Atlanta. After the closing, Charles Winfrey will remain at the helm as president and CEO following the close of the deal. Meanwhile, Alex Taylor, chairman and CEO of Cox Enterprises, will become chairman of the combined company's board. Another Cox executive will join the board. Cox will have the right to retain 2 board members. Disclosure: Comcast is the parent company of CNBC. So, like I said, I think that this is a good thing. Like I said, the combined company, right, will be able to reach 46 states. So that means that, Spectrum will basically be everywhere across the country, which is huge for them. Like I said, Cox, they're available in 12 million homes. So now Cox network infrastructure will be able to reach more states as well. So I think that this is a good move all around. Not to mention too, the fact that people will get to start at $20 an hour compared to like $12.35 or $12.75 in places across the country. Just saying. So let's play this from CNBC.
Machine learning is advancing, but businesses wonder if some machines can keep up.
Let's welcome our new coworker, Jeff.
Copier has a great idea.
I wonder if it's the same idea as yesterday.
It's a performance issue, really. I know people push your buttons, but you still have to deliver.
Anything can change the world of work. ADP Assist is AI, informed by workplace data, and designed for the next anything.
And we've got a big merger this morning in the media landscape. Charter Communications and Cox Communications announcing a merger. The proposed transaction valuing Cox at $34.5 billion, and Charter will absorb more than $12 billion in Cox's outstanding debt. Cox is going to own 23% of the combined entity. It's going to keep the Cox name post-closing, and Charter's Spectrum will become the consumer-facing brand. Charter CEO Chris Winfrey will become CEO of the combined company, and Cox's CEO Alex Taylor will be chairman of the board. So a big deal, matters to us in so many ways. And we were taking a look. I don't even know where Comcast shares were, because for a long time there'd been speculation.
Absolutely.
Would Comcast eventually want to try to merge with a Charter?
Especially under this administration.
Especially under this administration.
Might be more open to, that would be basically a national scale merger, which wasn't previously allowed. By the way, shares of Charter are now at almost 7% premium. It's almost like people are waking up and saying, wait a minute, they were unchanged when this was first rumored and crossing. We're seeing a much bigger reaction now. There's Comcast, still fractionally higher this morning by about 1/3 of 1%.
Look, part of the issue that I don't think gets talked about enough is the wireless situation, which is really
competition.
And Starlink. And not just Starlink, but by the way, Amazon's going to be having Kuiper soon, which is going to be its own satellite service, and then there's going to be competition among satellite providers. This is why the share prices have been languishing.
Even Comcast, it says we're broadband company. That's fine, but to your point, even the fixed Wi-Fi, there's a lot going on here.
Well, look, when you owned the railroad tracks, and there were no other railroad tracks,
right?
It's great business.
Yes.
But once all of a sudden you have other railroad tracks, it becomes a lot more complicated.
And just look at the news again this morning. Was it Starlink coming to United flights or something like that? I mean, every time there's an outage, whether it was that power outage in Spain or similar situations, you can see the market share gains that Starlink is starting to have. So it may not be fully ready for prime time, but rural America, for opportunities there. So yes, these combinations make more and more sense. It's just that this wasn't the particular one that was necessarily foreseen.
Very well said there. So that is everything you need to know with Charter and Cox Communications. All right, y'all. More Brainley's Virtual Tour Live coming up right from this space right here, right now. Why? Tamar Braxton repeatedly calls Lonnie Love Big Fat Cadillac in NeNe Leakes interview. This is from that GrapeJuice.net. Tamar Braxton may be removed from her tenure on The Real, but she still has out for former co-host Lonnie Love. During an appearance on the NeNe Leakes show, this reality star opened up about the creation of the show, which she asserts that was originally built around her, back in how she brought the lion's share of the cast on board. She stressed that Love's enlisting was an external decision, and with leaks revealing that she was in contention for that particular spot, Braxton didn't hold back with her sentiments. Wait, what? Hang on. Okay. We'll talk about that. I know. I'm like, wait, what? Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Give me a moment, y'all. Technology. Swear to God, man. StreamYard goes out, I will be back, okay? Don't worry. Okay, there we go. Full story below. Reacting to leaks remarks, the 48-year-old said, "I wish they would have told me that because I would have had to cast a bit back Cadillac." She went on to share how she wishes the Real Housewife of Atlanta star got the gig instead, stressing that it will still likely be on the air for season 10, right? So the clip is right here. So let me. Oh my God, Tamar! Like, oh my God, child. We'll talk about it because this just. I mean, it's been years since the Real's been off the air. Like. Now, for the record, in this interview, she says that she's still best friend with Sally Astriano, who came up with the Jersey Shore, and she has 495 productions that, Tamara and her are close, and her and Adrian are close. She hasn't seen Jeannie Mai, but she wants to. But the only one that she has problems with is Lonnie Love. I just have feelings. It's all just feelings.
I was asked to be on the rail. And this was in the beginning of the process of them casting. I think it was. I was asked to be on the rail. And this was in the beginning of the process of them casting. I think it was. I'm sure it was Tamar and the other girl. Girls, but I was asked to be one of the first girls from the show. First. Originally started, I had the contract, and I ended up not. I doing the real, and they end up casting Lonnie Love.
Hang on, y'all, because this is not doing what I needed to do. Give me a moment, y'all. Child. Technology fun, ain't it? Like, that's the thing with technology, though. It gives you the weirdest facial expressions. Oh, my Lord. Okay, give me a moment, because this is not giving what it needs to give. Hang on one second, y'all. I'm going to reset my computer real quick. I will be right back. Hang on one second. Everybody, I'm BACK. Welcome back in. Welcome back in. Welcome back in. So we were on Lonnie Love, right? We were on Lonnie Love. What was going on there? There we go. Okay. Get back to Lonnie Love here. Okay. All right. So like I said here, Tamar Braxton may be years removed from her tenure on The Real, but she still has an alpha form co-host, Lonnie Love. During an appearance on the NeNe Leakes show, the Real star opened up about the creation of the show, which she asserts was originally built around her, unpacking how she brought the lion's share of the cast on board. She stressed that Love's enlisting was a historic decision, and with Leakes revealing that she was in contention for that particular spot, Braxton did not want to hold back her sentiments. Full story below. Reacting to Leakes' remarks, the 48-year-old said, "I wish they would have told me because I would not have casted Big Bad Cadillac." She went on to share how she wishes the Real Housewives of Atlanta got the gig instead, stressing that it would still likely be on the air. This is what happened last time. Okay, we'll just move on, then I'll bring up the clip a little bit later. NeNe Leakes revealed that she was offered a job on The Real, which she believes went to Lonnie Love after she declined. "I wish they would have told me that because I would not have cast a Big Bad Cadillac," Tamar says, revealing how the show was created around her. Braxton, by the way, that's from Block Topics there on Twitter. Shout out to Block Topics. Braxton exited The Real in 2016 in what was initially billed as a mutual agreement. However, subsequent reports report to a triangulation of audience feedback, advertiser concerns, and on-set friction between cast, the latter of which appears to be what Braxton's long-held issue with Love is anchored on. So let's see if we get it.
So today we're on the set of the a lot because every single time I drink, I am burping and burping.
As Black women, to shade.
So Tamar, Big Bad Cadillac. What happened?
Okay, here it is. Here.
Already got.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I was already doing it.
Right.
It didn't make it. The money didn't make. But for some people, it was important.
So, your dad did the show.
Yeah.
Was he paid as well?
Yep.
Okay. So you guys do have a lot of people that have to get.
Most recently, I got my show back.
Oh, nice. So you're now producing on that show. Okay. So
it's my show.
I gotta say to you guys, Tamar did The Real. How many years did you do The Real?
3 seasons, I think.
You did The Real for 3 seasons. So this is a little story that a lot of you guys do not know out there. I was asked to be on The Real. And this was in the beginning of the process of them casting. I think it was, I'm sure it was Tamar and the other girls, but I was asked to be one of the first girls when the show first originally started. I had the contract, and I ended up not doing The Real, and they ended up casting Lonnie Love. Y'all know y'all would have liked me first. I'm just kidding. I was on Real Housewives of Atlanta, so I just did not do The Real. But Tamar ultimately did The Real, and I remember so well talking.
I wish they would have told me,
Really?
Yeah.
I remember talking to Tamar. I remember talking to you, and you said this to me, like they had casted all of you guys, and you were like, we're all going out to dinner. I believe all y'all went to like Mr. Chow.
Because Vince.
Yeah, y'all all went together to Mr. Chow to kind of like, just make sure that you guys were friends and sisters and you guys had the same vision and all that. You produced on there as well.
I did.
Wow.
I had a hand in creating the show. That's why I'm saying I wish they would have told me that, because I wouldn't have cast Big Bad Cadillac.
I'm finna get ready to leave.
You probably would be in our 10th season by now. Thanks. Ain't that dumb?
Voice Tamar.
Red, I can't stand your laugh.
And that's no shade.
So Tamar, Big Back Cadillac. What happened?
How did the back get so big?
I don't know. But what happened, Tamar? Because
Lord.
Okay, so when we say Big Back Cadillac, who are we talking about?
The person you just named.
Oh, so Lonnie ended up being the person in the place of where I think, that's what I think. I'm just assuming now. They came to me with the contract for the reel, and then I ultimately did not do it.
I don't understand that.
Well, and when I go back,
Bravo not let you do
I think it was Lonnie. I could have been wrong, but you just put me on to something thinking like we had two big personalities. But I don't think, because they knew you were coming from the jump.
Yeah, they knew that. They built the show.
I always thought it was Lonnie. I always thought it was Lonnie.
Did she tell the people that?
You and Vince pitched this. How did this go? How did this work?
So we was at the Beverly Hills Hotel. That's Vince's other place.
Yeah.
And I had a meeting with Telepictures.
Nice.
And they wanted to explore doing the Tamar Braxton talk show.
Okay.
And that's something, it's still a big dream of mine, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And at that time, I had the Braxtons, I had Tamar and Vince, I had Love and War, and that was gone crazy, right? And then was like, well, you're gonna have to be here every day. And Vince was like, absolutely not. So let's build a show where there's people around her, so if she's out, that the show can carry on.
Right.
And we went from there, and we did we had a lot of what's the name of it, tests.
Yeah,
we had 2 days. I was big and pregnant too, where people would come in and out and do test shoots with me. And I met with Sally Ann Celcino, who's still a good friend of mine, and we came up with a lot of show ideas, and we created the reel.
Okay, so who came up with the name? Did they?
Sally Ann.
Okay, she came up with the name.
Yeah, but we pondered for like weeks, and she comes to the reel. It's like, oh, okay.
So when you're producing a show like the reel, do you have a say so in the casting, or you really?
I had a lot of say so. I casted Tamara and also casted Adrian.
Okay, nice.
And Sally Ann casted Jenny Ma, and I'm assuming she casted Big Bad Cadillac.
Yeah. Okay. So Big Bad Cadillac. I mean, not Big Bad Cadillac.
Big Bad Cadillac.
I said it wrong. I mean, so we're talking about Lonnie. I've actually done a lot of work with Lonnie. I recently did the Oscars with Lonnie.
God.
So I also had.
She had kitten heels on.
I had ladies.
Did she have kitten heels on?
I can't remember, but I did Ladies Night Out in comedy.
You did. So when Lonnie's talking about the Oscars, she was on the E Network doing the Oscars. Okay, so
and she was on that show as well.
Was she easy to work with?
I just hosted, and Greg kind of like helped. Yeah.
She wanted to go on last.
She went on last. Yeah, she closed the show, if I make no mistake. She did close the show. I actually hosted the show, so I went in between every artist, as the host. I brought each artist to the stage. So like working on Housewives, when I'm working with all of these different personalities, we don't always get along. How was it with the rest of the girls at Over For Real?
Listen, let me tell you something. It's the craziest thing, and it was so heartbreaking. I know you remember at that time, because I used to call you every single day, a few times a day. I was heartbroken because those girls were like my sisters.
Yeah.
But thank God now, me and Tam are real close. Me and Adrian is real close. Her husband and I are real close. I have a good. I haven't seen Jean I would like to though.
Okay.
Yeah.
She was out here in Atlanta for a while.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but on a show like that, Tamar, obviously there's different personalities and everybody isn't getting along, right? How did you exit the reel? What really happened?
I don't know. It was the summertime. It wasn't even in production. It's really difficult to talk about because now the relationship with WeTV and myself now that like they're really going out of their way to repair that relationship.
Yeah.
And so I don't really want to speak about the past so much because they have done right by me right now. But I think that at that time it was a lot of smoke and mirrors and it was a lot of rocks thrown and they were trying to protect themselves. But I was definitely in a slave contract. Like I said before, Vince and I had no idea what we were doing. We had no idea what we were signing. And the refusal to change the paperwork instead of the money let us into situations we couldn't do shit.
So without speaking about the contract and the network, I mean the girls, your castmates.
I don't think it had anything to do with them outside of Big Back Cadillac.
But
I do know for certain that Big Back Cadillac had multiple meetings about me.
Really?
Yes.
To take you off the show.
To take me off of the show. She didn't understand why I had so much time off, although I was in the hospital fighting for my life.
But as a producer,
and
a talent on the show.
But when someone else owns you, that other contract that you have
that's very true.
outside of that is not and void, really. You know,
you don't have that kind of control. Right. So with the guests coming on the show, do you guys get to say, oh no, don't bring NeNe on the show because I really don't like NeNe right now. So you don't.
Yeah, but I know Big Bad Cadillac said that about somebody else that I was having beef with, and that was absolutely not true. But I think obviously you wouldn't want somebody on your talk show that has an issue with another host. And she would say a lot of that, like, because I remember Todd Chrisley called me and he was saying that Big Back Cadillac was saying that I don't want him on the show. And we were friends. I was like, what are you talking about? I didn't even know that you was trying to get on the show. And I think there was something with Toya that she put in her book that I stopped her from being on the show, and I didn't even know anything about it. But I do know that first season and second season that they were trying to not get so many reality people on the show because we wanted to be looked at as a real talk show. And that had nothing to do with me. You know what I mean? The booker for the show is the booker for the show. That's not my job.
Well, how do you handle that when you have a friend like NeNe and I'm like, I want to be on the show, and you're like, well,
I would never do that.
We can't get you on right now.
You know, you can put in for people. You know what I mean? You can put in for people, but you know, I didn't have anything to really do with that.
So do you think somewhere down the road you and London will repair your relationship?
For what?
I mean,
what's the relationship?
Things happen.
Listen, let me tell you something. The relationship matters when it needs to matter. You know what I mean? When somebody's supposed to have your back and they don't have your back, how we gonna go back?
I don't know.
You wrote about me in your book, dog.
I don't remember.
You didn't call me. You didn't say nothing to me. You let the public think that I was a problem. And you know you've never had a problem.
Hey, Aries Girl Podcast. Good to see you, my friend.
You know what I mean? Like, we never had a falling out. She was always welcome to my home. You know, I don't know. And
I saw her at your home during that birthday weekend.
During the birthday weekend, she would come and play with Logan, and you know, and then she would get on the Breakfast Club and have a whole nother different conversation, and that's hurtful.
Well, people have said things like you fall out with your friends. So did you fall out with Tiny?
Did I? No, I think Tiny and I had a disagreement because we were on tour together.
You're her daughter's
godmother and she's Logan's godmother.
That little girl is so talented.
She's me.
Isn't she?
She's me.
She really is. She really is. But are you guys talking?
Yeah, we're good.
You guys are good. You guys are good. So that's good. I mean, listen, I feel like as girlfriends, we're all.
But why do people say I fall out with everybody?
I mean, I don't know. That's what they say.
No.
So let's talk about this, okay? Let's talk about this. For one, you said in the same breath that you and Lonnie never had a falling out. Tamar, you have a whole new show on MTV about people living double lives. Did you talk about this in this interview? Because this is what it's given, right? This is almost like if Lonnie Love had her talk show on YouTube, and then you had the Tamar Braxton show on YouTube, and you attacked Lonnie Love every single day over pointless, dumb, and wasteful shit that really doesn't matter, and that you go behind the scenes and try to undercut Lonnie and do this, that, and the third, and you say you this big, bad, whatever the hell, but yet you have no content because you go after other people. And truth be told, if it came down to it, pound for pound, fist for fist, soul for soul, Lonnie Love could whoop your ass in a Hot Topics battle, and then you mentally scarred for life where you don't want to get back up. See, this is the problem, right? Because Tamar, you could be bigger. But in the words of Ayanna Van Zandt, who told you on Braxton Family Values when y'all were sitting down for that intervention, your behavior diminishes your message. Because you know what you should have done when you were the first African-American winner in U.S. Big Brother history? Do you know what happens when that usually happens, everybody? You usually get put on CBS shows like Bold and the Beautiful. Now, why didn't you go to Entertainment Tonight and say, hey, I want to be a correspondent for Entertainment Tonight? You want to do the Tamar Braxton show, right? Why didn't you go to CBS Media Ventures and say, hey, guess what? I won Big Brother. I want to be able to do the Tamar Braxton show. Why didn't you join the morning show as their West Coast correspondent? I'm just saying. You want to do the Tamar Braxton show? You can do it on MTV. They're a wasteland of content. All they do is ridiculousness every fucking damn day. Like, I just don't get it. Because when came a show called You a Muppet, you broke down crying. Now, Lonnie Love wants to respond. Don't say shit. But honestly, all this could be solved with a simple conversation. Damn. Because Lonnie's been minding her business. Child, I don't get it. I really don't get it. I don't get people who try to say, hey, I'm going to do this, that, and the third to this person who has never done anything to you. A fifth, quarter, or half of anything that you think they've done, you can't prove with no damn receipts. That person's moving on about their purpose. You're still seeking attention, and because nobody's giving you attention, you're flailing out on your ass. And like I said before, we can pull up my live tab versus any other content creator. We can see who is a real content creator. Because if it came down to Hot Topics about, I would mentally whoop your ass. It ain't that hard to do when you don't have no content. Child, I can't. Tamar, your mouth determines your rise and your demise. This was not cool to call her a bit back Cadillac. Now, if Lonnie wanted to get a branding deal with Cadillac, you gave it to her. Don't make no damn sense. And then y'all talking about NeNe, not NeNe Leakes child, but y'all talking about Candy Burris. She worked with Denzel Washington. Who are y'all working with? And y'all could both say that y'all are bigger than Braylon Lee and all of us out here. You absolutely can say that. But child, you got a whole production company and you can't really do any shows. Like the only show you have right now is the Braxtons, right, on WeTV, because the Braxtons on WeTV is produced by Tamar Braxton Productions, right? So I want to do a little bit of digging. Now, this came from AMC Network's July 29th of 2002. Women's Entertainment, now it's known as WeTV for being the unscripted network based off of Black content, but before that it was called Women's Entertainment, to produce reality game shows Spend It Fast, okay? So right here, right here, we're excited about we're excited about working with on at Fast, a fresh voyeuristic reality game show hybrid that we think is going to connect with viewers, said Hillary Estee McLaughlin, Executive Vice President, General Manager at Telepictures Productions. This series also represents a great opportunity for Telepictures to continue to expand our core first-run business into cable. We are excited to be working with Telepictures on Spend It Fast, particularly with their proven track record of producing some of the most compelling reality program on television. So yeah. And then here it is here. Bring it back. Goes by so fast. Right there. And that used to be the old logo of Women's Entertainment. So it's just like, honestly, if you are Tamar Braxton, you can't just go to WeTV and say, hey, bring the NeNe Leak show over to WeTV. Like, I need you to use your resources better, sweetheart. I need you to be better. Because this ain't it. This ain't it. This is not it at all, okay? All right, y'all. More Brain Leads Virtual Tour Live coming up right from the space right here and right now. For People Magazine, people.com. And by the way, everything that I said about pound for pound, fist for fist, soul for soul, you can't do what I do. If it doesn't apply, let it fly. But if you let it fly, it must apply. Moving on. From People Magazine, people.com. That's So Raven alum Rondell Sheridan lost 30 pounds due to severe pancreatitis amidst contemplating my own mortality. This came out May 14th here. Rondell Sheridan revealed that he is still hospitalized with severe pancreatitis after 32 days. That's a Raven alum said he's undergoing a procedure to drain fluid from his pancreas and is optimistic that he'll get better. He created a GoFundMe account to cover medical expenses while he's unable to work. Thanking fans for their prayers and donations. Rondell Sheridan, the actor best known for his role as the Baxter family patriarch on Disney Channel's That's So Raven, still hospitalized due to severe pancreatitis. On May 11th, the 66-year-old comedian posted a video on Instagram sharing an update on his health from a hospital bed. It's been over 30 days since the start of this journey, and tomorrow I have a procedure that will help move me along, he said, explaining that the procedure involves draining fluids from his pancreas. I'm doing well. Hopefully tomorrow I'll be doing even better. Pancreatitis is inflammation of the pancreas. It causes symptoms like pain in the upper belly that radiates to the back, fever, rapid pulse, upset stomach, vomiting, and more. According to Cleveland Clinic, acute pancreatitis leads to 275,000 hospital stays in the United States per year. Oh, wow. I did not know that. That's over 250,000 hospital stays, everybody. About 20% of those cases are considered severe. So here is Rondell Sheridan.
Hey guys, it's been a minute since we spoke. It's been over 30 days since I started this journey. And tomorrow I have a procedure that will help move me along. So I just want to say thank you to everyone for thoughts, and prayers, and emails and posts, and contributing to many different sources. But I'm doing well, and hopefully tomorrow I'll be doing even better. But thank you. Ignore that beeping. It's not part of this. Thanks. Bye.
So there he is there, everybody. Right here, hospital days, been a journey for also over 30 pounds. Who needs Ozempic where you get pancreatitis? Over the last 32 days, I spent 23 days in a hospital bed. I've been attached to at least one IV each day. Some days I spent as many as 3. I've had more than 7 days in a row of my blood being drawn twice in a day. I spent more time alone with my thoughts, contemplating my own mortality than I would have liked. But perhaps the hardest thing I've experienced is learning that I have left on a scale so large that some points I'm overwhelmed with imposter syndrome. With that being said, thank you for allowing me to exist in your hearts, minds, and prayers. Sheridan admitted the caption that his illness has been a drain for him. I've lost over 30 pounds. Who needs Ozempic when you get pancreatitis? He joked, referring to the trendy weight loss medication. Of the last 32 days, I spent 23 days in a hospital bed. I've been attached to this one IV each day, some days as many as 3. I've had more than 7 days in a row of my blood being drawn twice a day. I spent more time alone with my thoughts, contemplating my own morality than I would have liked to continue. But perhaps the hardest thing I've experienced is learning that I am loved on a scale so large that some mornings I'm overwhelmed with imposter syndrome. With that being said, thank you for allowing me to exist in your hearts, minds, and prayers. Sheridan has not given has not yet given an update on how the procedure went. However, in a previous post, he said he was keeping his spirits high. And there is the family right there. Man, that story was such a good damn show. While I'm told the road ahead remains lengthy, I remain optimistic that I will someday be able to return to full health and get back up on stage. Sheridan first revealed he was hospitalized for last he hasn't been able to work due to his hospitalization. The actor created GoFundMe to help medical expenses as it recovers. The page has already garnered over $83,000 for donations from Open Stars like Keenan Thompson and Octavia Spencer. So, shout out to Ron Sheridan. I hope that he does get well there. And by the way, Raven, because Raven said that that people watch That's So Raven because of her breasts, her boobs. I'm like, that's not even the case. Like, Raven, Eddie, and Chelsea were the trio, okay? The comedy, the deepness of the soul of this show, and not to mention, too, it felt like a show that anybody could watch. That's why it was so good, Raven, okay? Good Lord Jesus, just... But also, you a beautiful woman, too. So, I mean, of course, that helps, but that's not the only thing, right? All right, y'all. For everybody who loves Wicked returned to theaters with first look for Wicked, with first look at sequel Wicked for Good details. For Good's first trailer will premiere at special screenings of Wicked next month, right? So, Elphaba, Cynthia Erivo, and Glinda Ariana Grande are opposite sides of Oz in the first teaser poster for Wicked for Good. Check it out below. This comes to us from NBC.com through their NBC Insider platform. Here in theaters this November, the hotly anticipated sequel will tackle the second act of the acclaimed Broadway musical, which provides alternative retelling of The Wizard of Oz from the Wicked Witch of the West point of view. The film's first trailer is set to premiere Wednesday, June 4th, at special one-day screenings of Wicked at more than 100 locations across the United States and Canada. Attending audience members will receive exclusive in-theater giveaways like a commemorative For Good poster. So here is the Wicked for Good poster. So you see Elphaba right here on her forest stance here, and then you see Glinda on her garden stance here, and then in the middle is Oz and that mighty castle, all the flying monkeys there. You will be changed for good. And by the way, some people got upset with the title, but they didn't realize like Wicked for Good relates to the song at the end of the musical. Like, my Lord, people's brains did not develop after the age of 26. And by the way, if your brain has developed, you don't have to say how old you are. You just execute the energy. Otherwise, your mind is shit. Anyway, when does Wicked for Good open in theaters? Wicked for Good arrives exclusively on the big screen Friday, November 21st. John M. Chu, the director of Crazy Rich Asians in the Heights, directed both installments via a back-to-back shooting schedule. According to Wicked sound mix Simon Hayes won the Oscar nomination for his work on the adaptation. The crew did not treat the two movies as separate projects. There were no breaks, there were no changes in crews, and there was no case of someone having to do another movie and someone else stepping in. Hayes told NBC Insider last year it meant that this very tight-knit team around John, Ari, and Cynthia had this continuity where we almost had a telepathy, like a filmmaking backhand where we stopped needing to actually articulate things. It could be done with looks and smiles and just creating this blanket of support around these actors so that they felt completely early immersed in the world of Oz. Wicked grossed nearly $1 billion worldwide, $1 billion worldwide, $1 billion worldwide, and scored 10 Academy Award nominations, including one for Best Picture, which it should have won that. If not that, the 6 AAA should have been nominated for Best Picture, won that Tyler Perry. In the end, took home 2 gold statues for Best Costume Design, Paul Teswell, who was the first Black male costume designer to win an Oscar, and then Best Production Design, Nathan Crowley and Lee Sandals. That should have won Best Picture. They should have won it. So here's the thing, right? I am excited. Hey, Colter James Hodge, good to see you, my friend. I am excited for Wicked for Good to come out, but I hate the fact that it's only for one day that the trailer's going to come out. Now, I'm not saying that people are going to have their phones charged, and when the trailer comes out, that they're going to be recording the trailer and then uploading it. Okay, I'm not saying that. I'm just letting you know that it's to come. Okay, so with that being said, y'all, that is Wicked for Good. That'll be that preview rather for Wicked for Good will be coming out on June 4th. Special one-day screenings. One day only. The trailer, of course, will come out a little bit later on the digital and social media platforms a little bit later. All right, y'all. So before we move on, I want to bring you to Disney Abu Dhabi real quick here. Let's make it do what it do and roll it.
There's really no secret about our approach. We keep moving forward.
One more time.
There's really no secret about our approach. We keep moving forward.
With the hope that it will be a source of joy and inspiration to all the world.
In Disney's 102-year history, there have been many defining moments and countless achievements. Today, we celebrate another thrilling moment, the creation of a spectacular new Disney theme park resort coming to Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi is a place where heritage meets innovation, a place where we preserve our past while designing the future.
Bringing a Disney theme park resort to Yas Island, Abu Dhabi marks a historic milestone in our journey as a global family destination.
The 7th Disney theme park resort destination represents a new frontier in theme park ambitions. Our resort in Abu Dhabi will be the most advanced and interactive destination in our entire portfolio. The location of our park is incredibly unique. It's anchored by a beautiful waterfront, which will allow us to tell our stories in completely new ways. Ultimately, this project will be a celebration of what's possible when creativity and progress come together.
What we are creating with Disney in Abu Dhabi is a whole new world of imagination, an experience that will inspire generations across the region and the world.
This collaboration represents a powerful fusion of Disney's unmatched legacy in storytelling and mirrors commitment to bringing world-class entertainment to our guests.
Abu Dhabi's vision for the future is to create a legacy for generations to come.
Disneyland Abu Dhabi will be authentically Disney and distinctly Emirati. An oasis of extraordinary Disney entertainment at this crossroads of the world. It will bring to life our timeless characters and stories in many new ways, becoming a source of joy and inspiration for the people of this vast region to enjoy for generations to come.
So I wanted to bring that to your attention because now we are going to head over to Forbes.com for this article here. Reveal key Disney Imagineer behind new park in Abu Dhabi. The designer behind the largest redevelopment of a Disney theme park in the company's history is one of the key figures behind the look of its groundbreaking upcoming outpost of Abu Dhabi, the capital of United Arab Emirates. Few entertainment destinations are as recognizable as Disney's castle parks. Named after their centerpiece castle, they are surrounded by clearly defined lands themed to different eras and regions of the world. It's hard to find someone who doesn't know what they look like. So when Disney unveiled the format of its park in Abu Dhabi last week, it turns heads. Not only is it hard to make out the individual lands, the concept art, but the castle itself isn't in the middle of the park. It sits in the back, sitting right on the beach of the man-made Yas Island. The most breathtaking difference is the castle itself. Rather than being a amalgam of actual castle being based on fairy tales, it looks like a stylized version of Elsa's Ice Palace from Disney's 2023, Disney's 2013 hit anime movie Frozen, as this author reported in the Daily Mail. Despite looking different to the typical castle parks, Disney confirmed that its new site will combine the company's iconic stories, characters, and attractions with Abu Dhabi's vibrant culture, stunning shorelines, and breathtaking architecture. In an interview with Good Morning America, Disney's chief executive Bob Iger confirmed that the avant-garde castle showed on concept art was a placeholder. It will be indeed the first remark castle that we've built. It has a touch of it has had a magic touch as parades flooded in from inside outside Disney. Jacob Wall, chief executive of the International Association of Amusement Parks and Attractions, IAPA, said he can't wait to see this happening, while Thomas Heathcart, the superbly talented Vice President of Communication and Public Affairs at Disneyland Paris, posted a statement on social media from Iger saying that the new park will blend contemporary architecture and cutting-edge technology to offer guests deeply immersive entertainment experiences in new and modern ways. There's a good reason why the parks look so spellbinding. Theme parks are the strategy of the UAE government to diversify its economy due to dwindling fossil fuel reserves. The government is essentially pouring the profits from oil into building a leisure infrastructure, and it's paying off. The UAE's GDP, the value of all its goods and services it produces, rose 3.9% in 2024. It's forecast to grow by 4.7% in 2025 and then 5.7% in 2026. According to the UAE Central Bank, this growth is driven by its non-oil economy, which rose 4.6% last year. It's expected to increase by 5.1% in 2025. Abu Dhabi itself plans to boost visitor numbers to 39.3 million by 2030 in order to increase the amount that travel and tourism contributes to the UAE's GDP. Disneyland Abu Dhabi is crucial to driving a great deal of this growth. The better the park, the more tourists it attracts, the more diversified the UAE economy becomes. This explains why Iger made the bold claim to Good Morning America that Disneyland Abu Dhabi will be the most technologically advanced theme park that we've ever built. Pulling this off requires manpower, not the wave of a magic wand. The architects in charge of achieving Iger's aim are known as Imagineers, named after their imaginative use of engineering. There are around 3,000 worldwide. They're responsible for designing Disney's theme parks, attractions, hotels, and cruise ships. So I want to skip ahead just a little bit. This is a bit of a lengthy article because I do want to point out something here. Give me a moment. Because there was a point in this that they said they were going to do it inside, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, right here. The difference this time is that the many criticisms lack substance, except for one, the challenge of dealing with heat or morale has a trick up its sleeve to address that, as this report explained, right? So, wanted to bring that to the attention because of this. This is very important from review time for Disneyland Dubai. So I want y'all to take a look at this here. Here we go.
Mickey floral face, you would have entered under the Arabian-style train station, featuring a railroad that would have traversed throughout the entire park, often in the middle of lands rather than around a berm. Emerging on the other side of the station, you would have been in the park's main street, though rather than being themed to a turn-of-the-century American town, it would have been a mix of Shanghai Disney's Mickey Avenue, Mickey's Toontown, and the classic Fantasyland-style buildings. One of the first things you'll notice when looking at concept art for this park is that close to 50% of it would have been contained within show buildings. This is due to the immense heat that the United Arab Emirates experiences for a large portion of the year, featuring average highs in summer of 105 degrees Fahrenheit or 41 degrees Celsius. Much hotter than even Orlando's unbearable 91 degrees Fahrenheit and 33 degrees Celsius. Right near the entrance of this land would have been
So I wanted to show y'all that to let you guys know that this is basically Disneyland. This is Disneyland Dubai. Okay. Right here, as you can see from this article, it says here This will make it Disney's first indoor park, although that's not the end of the story. The outdoor roller coasters at Ferrari World Abu Dhabi cover a footprint which is almost as large as the park itself. So just because Disneyland Abu Dhabi will be indoors, rather like Morale's other parks, doesn't mean it has to be entirely indoors. When Disney announced that it was partnering with Morale, some fans are skeptical whether its indoor parks will suit Disney, right? So just wanted to bring that to your attention there, okay, with that. All right, so one more thing about Disney and then we will roll on because we do have more destinations for sure. Now this is from Blog Mickey. Now this is a rumor, okay? Rumor: CEO Bob Iger vetoed plans for theme park in Saudi Arabia. Yeah, the shockwaves still rippling through the Disney theme park fan community about the Disneyland Abu Dhabi announcement. A new rumor from entertainment journalist and Puck News founding partner Matt Mahoney says that Bob Iger vetoed plans for a Disneyland theme park in Saudi Arabia. The rumor comes from Mahoney's podcast in town, where he talks about the Abu Dhabi announcement and shares a rumor that Iger shot down a proposal for the park to be located in Saudi Arabia instead. Here's the latest. In talking about the Abu Dhabi announcement, Mahoney and Bloomberg's Lucas Shaw discussed the structure of the Abu Dhabi deal before jumping into the rumored Saudi Arabia proposal. Not the Saudis, though. I heard that there was a proposal on the table for this to be in Saudi, and Iger vetoed it. Iger would not go into business with the Saudis, but Abu Dhabi is like one step removed there. They still don't allow gay people, homosexuals illegal, and that's sort of running up this message towards this week, and it has. Mahoney and Shaw then discussed the fact that while Disney has received some heat for going to business in a country that is diametrically opposed to Disney stated company views, that have received a lot of noisy backlash. We're also surprised that Disney has been able to sidestep mainstream criticism for their Abu Dhabi announcement. So just wanted to let you guys know about that. Very, very interesting there. All right, y'all. More Brainley's Virtual Tour Live coming up right from the space right here, right now. Dick's Sporting Goods to buy struggling shoe chain Foot Locker for $2.4 billion. Yeah, I know. Dick's Sporting Goods is buying the struggling footwear chain Foot Locker for about $2.4 billion. The second buyout of a major footwear company in many weeks as business leaders struggle with uncertainty over U.S. President 47's tariffs. Dick said Thursday that expects to run Foot Locker as a standalone unit and keep the Foot Locker brands, which includes Kids, Foot Locker, Champion Sports, WSS, and Japanese secret brand Amatos. Sports and sports culture continue to be incredibly powerful, and with this acquisition, we'll create a new global platform that serves those ever-evolving needs through iconic concepts consumers know and love, enhanced store designs, omni-channel experiences, as well as a product mix that appeals to our different customer bases. Dick's CEO Lauren Harbert said in a statement both companies are led by women. Harbert became the CEO at Dick's in 2021, while Mary Dillon has served as CEO of Foot Locker since 2022. Foot Locker has announced a turnaround plan in 2023, in part to help improve its relationship with big brands. Speaking at the J.P. Morgan Retail Roundup Conference last month, by the way, J.P. Morgan is Chase, by the way, in case you did not know that. Last month, Dillon said that Foot Locker was working closely with Nike, specifically in categories including basketball, sneaker culture, and kids. Earlier this month, Skechers announced that it was being taken private by the investment firm 3G Capital, a transaction worth more than $9 billion. The retail industry has been growing, increasingly concerned over 47's trade war for the countries, particularly China. Athletic shoemakers have invested heavily in production in Asia. Shares of sporting goods and athletic shoe companies have been under pressure all year. Foot Locker stock has plunged 41% this year. It's also facing pressure elsewhere. Major athletic companies like Nike and Adidas shifting their sales strategies. Skechers had fallen almost 8% this year, about 97%. 97%. So that means 98, 99, 100. So about 3% US, 97% of the clothes shoes for that's important. Cost down for U.S. companies, but neither they nor overseas suppliers are likely to absorb price increases due to the new tariffs. Foot Locker, based in New York City, offers Dick's a lot of potential, namely its huge real estate footprint, and would give the Pittsburgh company its first foothold overseas. Foot Locker has about 2,400 stores across 20 countries in North America, Europe, Asia, Australia, and New Zealand. It also has a licensed store presence in Europe, Middle East, and Asia. The company had global sales about $8 billion last year. The deal also broadens Dick's customer base with sneaker collectors and anxiously anticipating new drops from Foot Locker there. So this was kind of surprising to me because I didn't expect Foot Locker to be bought at all. I thought it was a very, very strong brand for what it was. And it goes to show every industry is getting it from these tariffs for sure. All right, y'all. More Brainley's Virtual Tour Live coming up right from the space right here, right now. Chris Brown arrested in England after a lawsuit over alleged assault in London nightclub in 2023. The singer was sued in connection with the alleged incident in November 2023. His arrest comes ahead of his Breezy Bowl tour. Chris Brown was arrested in Manchester, England on May 15th, which was yesterday. Police said they arrested a man on suspicion of grievous bodily harm stemming from an alleged incident where he attacked a man in 2023. The arrest comes ahead of Brown's upcoming Breezy Bowl tour. Chris Brown has been arrested according to the UK Sun. The 36-year-old musician was arrested by Metropolitan Police in Manchester, England, the early hours of Thursday, May 15th, the outlet reports. A 36-year-old man was arrested at a hotel in Manchester shortly after 0 hours on Thursday, May 15th, on suspicion of grievous bodily harm. He has been taken into custody where he remains. Metropolitan Police said statement shared with People. They continue knowing the arrest relates to an incident at a venue at Hangover Square on February 18th, 2023. The investigation is being led by detectives from the Central West Area Basic Command Unit. Under British law, suspect cannot be named upon their arrest to ensure they receive a fair trial. The Metropolitan Police Service later issued another statement confirming Brown, who is a U.S. national, was charged on Thursday, May 15th with grievous bodily harm with intent. The singer will appear in Manchester Magistrates Court at 10 a.m. on Friday, May 16th. That is today. According to the statement, Brown was sued by producer Abe Dahl in November 2023 over an alleged assault that took place at Tape nightclub in February of that year. The club is located at Hangover Square. The lawsuit, which was examined by People Magazine, People.com, the producer accused Brown of being him and said that he suffered crushing blows to the head which left him unconscious. He reportedly used the ball down Julio of 1942 tequila for the alleged attack. Dahl alleged Brown continued to ruthlessly stomp on him for 30 seconds. So the producer ended up in the hospital, lacerations on his head, torn ligaments in his leg, and was left with permanent damage and severe emotional distress. So that is what you need to know there. And he's currently set to embark. Chris Brown is on his Breezy Bowl tour in celebration of 20 years of his career. The show is scheduled to kick off with a sold-out performance in Amsterdam on June 8th. Had a pair of concerts scheduled for Manchester on June 15th and 16th. After stops across Europe, he had tour dates has dates across the United States, starting in Miami on July 30th. And an update on that, Chris Brown had produced several times in the UK court hears as he's denied bail in two serious grievous bodily harm case. So on Friday, May 16th, 12:47 p.m. local time, the musician 36 appeared at Manchester Magistrates Court in North England after being taken into custody. The early hours of the morning the day prior, Brown wore all black with Nike tracksuit bottoms and black shirt for his court appearance. Manchester Evening News reported that his hearing had to be moved to a larger courtroom inside the building because of the huge public interest in watching the proceedings. District Judge Hone Hurst informed Brown that charges of grievous bodily harm were too serious to be heard in the Magistrates Court and moved the case to Crown Court. A new date is set for June 13th at Southwark Crown Court in London. Brown will be held in custody until a new June date and was denied bail by the judge who was presented with evidence that Brown is a flight risk. So there you go there. Here is DDG right here. Like I said, Chris Brown, innocent until proven guilty. Also, too, he does have a history. Moving on.
I think, and then I can really kick it with y'all, but you know, all this is just so toxic that I just really don't even want to open that. But I ain't gonna lie, like the amount of love I've been getting is the only thing like really keeping me going. This is like, you know, it's really foreign to me, so I genuinely appreciate it. Also, y'all, can y'all please, like, I don't want y'all to keep like shipping me with people. I'm gonna keep it $150. Like, when I tell you, like, I'm gonna be single for a very long time.
Welcome to the future of press wires. EIN Press Wire. Everyone's internet news press wire.
Like, I'm talking about, bro, it's no way, shape, or form I will ever get in a relationship until I'm 56. Like, I don't give a if even if a girl gets on one knee to marry me, I'm saying no. Cool. I don't want it. Wait till I'm 60. I'm cool. I don't want to get in a relationship. If a girl starts liking me, I will literally cut you off. Like, for the sake of my own mental. So when y'all get on this internet and y'all get to making all these different things and these narrations and all this other, it's like, bro, that really be like affecting. Like, I need to be single. You feel me?
My Lord.
For my own health, you know, and the sake of myself. So, yeah. One though that I really want to meet, bro, and I genuinely appreciate, because I be seeing when they be saying this shit. I see like hella people like switching up and, you know, with all that other, like, it's just so weird, bro. Like, it's like 72 hours ago you was on my meat, and then 24 hours later all this other shit going on. I'm like, bro, the industry is just so fake. You feel me? But one, bro, that I want to meet, bro, on some real cool and just kick it with the is So Illuminati. But that really been like, I be seeing the little clips and I be like, man, this is real. And I know he a real because he from Michigan. You know what I'm saying? From the same area, kind of. You feel me? And like,
so because this dude's from the same area, he's a real one, allegedly. Okay.
A lot of content creators been just, you know, really siding with me. And I know this is like, you know, this, you know, it's kind of it's a very, very touchy subject, but like, you know, to put your opinion out there in favor of me. And, you know, we had like past situations, or we had like, because I done said some whole to them. He said some whole to me, but I said some whole to him too. You feel me? And y'all know the whole little situation, and you know, with me and him, the little beefs that we had back in the day. And I want to come on here and genuinely apologize for that time. You feel me? I was young. You know, I was just on the internet high. And the that I was saying to him wasn't right. You feel me? That I continue to do, me beefing with, it's still Bruce though.
Shazam! Yeah. Bruce! You DOK!
But other than that, it's like, with So Illuminati, man, that shit just...
I guess that's Bruce tip him off, I guess.
That shit made me happy, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I'm like, man, this is real, bro. You know, you ain't gotta do that, bro. You ain't gotta really look out for people, bro. Like, put their opinion out there, especially past beefing. But One of these days, so Illuminati, bro, if you ever want to link, Hooper some, kick it, whatever, I love to meet you, bro. You know, real. It's been a lot of other people, like, you know, just looking out it. So Illuminati is a little more surprising, though. You know, but it's cool. You know, but can you put the emotes in? I got you. For Shorsky.
You talking about Aiden Ross?
Soldier Boy is poor. He's poor.
Soldier Boy is poor.
They ain't cranked that since we was yay high. Hi, buddy. I seen that. You're poor. I will buy you. Couldn't get next to me. We know you got crackhead teeth under them veneers. Like, it's just certain that was like saying just to like when you try to feed off of your misfortune, bro, especially like that. You don't want to go to war with me on this internet. Don't do heroin, y'all. Don't do heroin. Please. El Heron, y'all. In GTA, El Heron. Ray J was just asking to stream with me, and now he trying to call his homie to get me copyrighted over a song. It's already cleared. No, you can't get a stream with me. Yeah. It's like so many, bro, is just I ain't really got to address for real. These folks be on my meat, riding, trying to get on my wave. You both of them trying to be streamers. No one's watching you. You will never get to my level ever in your life. Neither one of you. Soldier Boy's begging for galaxies on TikTok as we speak. Galaxies are about $8 after tax. He's begging for $8, guys. These don't leave a crib. Like, and I'll be really trying to respect, because, like, you know, I'm 27, bro. So I ain't gonna sit here and act like it wasn't. I ain't gonna act like it wasn't doing this. You feel me? It was for sure doing that. But your time has passed, buddy. It's my time now. You know? Ray J, I don't really know. I know. You feel me? But that was lame, Ray J. I ain't really got no problem with you, but that little shit you did online, you just DM me to stream with me, that shit was lame as super lame. Don't DM me after this, and you can take your subs back. But
so that's basically what DDG said in a nutshell. I'm just like, bruh, you did not deny anything. Like, the court order was the court order. Now, if that ain't true, it ain't true. But if it is, it is. Dude, you said stinky coochie about you and Haley Bailey, that you like stinky coochie. You were jealous of her co-star from The Little Mermaid when she was trying to just do her job. And bruh, you do realize if this goes to trial, there's going to be a lot more than meets the eye. Child, I can't. So with that being said, everybody, our final destination here from People Magazine, people.com, common energy drink ingredient linked to blood cancer. Taurine was found to significantly accelerate disease progression in a new study of the supplement commonly given to chemotherapy patients. Taurine has been linked to the progression of blood cancer leukemia according to new research published in Nation. The amino acid may fuel cancer cells, with researchers saying it was found to significantly accelerate disease progression. As researchers said, it's given its conclusion that energy drinks, and often as a supplement, it may be of interest to carefully consider having leukemia patients consume taurine. Right here, taurine amino acid that occurs naturally in proteins like meat and fish. It's commonly an ingredient in energy drinks like Red Bull. As the Mayo Clinic, it can help balance fluids, salts, and minerals. The study says cancer cells in mice are fueled by taurine. Taurine supplements could significantly accelerate disease progression in immune-competent mice around threefold, like higher likelihood of death. Indicate taurine can promote leukemic progression. And so this study from Nature, taurine may promote leukemia genesis, the development of leukemia cells identifies taurine as a key regulator of malignancies, which like leukemia are cancers that begin in the blood. So just like you guys should know that, that is terrifying to know. You know what I mean? Because I think everybody drinks energy drinks in some shape, form, or fashion. And as much as we cover media, culture, and human interest stories, it's also important to be aware of our health here. Yes, indeed. So that's our show. 1 hour, 51 minutes, and 25 seconds, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Now 1 hour, 51 minutes, and 25 seconds there. So here it is. Here DDG ended a giveaway stream here.
Got one of these for y'all though. If y'all want an Amazon code. Forgot to get this away a couple streams ago, so I just get this. Y'all now. Get your Amazon ready.
Dude, your eyes all right? It's backwards.
Top code if y'all want it.
It's backwards, bro. They gotta pause that and then put that in the mirror, bro. By the way, this is an update to the DDG story, DDG story / destination that we talked about, like literally a couple of stories ago. Yeah, the second to last destination. Thank you, Aries Girl Podcast. Much love to you, beautiful. Love you as always, my friend. So he got off there. And then finally, here's a positive news story. I gotta get this in before we get out here. This dumb fuck, Aiden Ross, okay? This dumb fuck, Aiden Ross from the Take Out here. Check this out. Aiden Ross said he lost millions of brand deals in over Doji disrespect. That's what the fuck you get, motherfucker. Aiden Ross revealed that he lost at least 2 major brand deals for his unprovoked attack on Dochi. Oh my God, I'm so mad. My PR was finally getting better. I had 2 deals lined up. He told DJ PDF Academics, who talked to a 15-year-old Breezy in a Discord chat. Ross claims that he does not care about the money he lost. Bullshit, motherfucker. Bullshit. But that his reputation was finally moving in the right direction. Said no one ever. Ross savagely attacked Dochi following her viral umbrella incident, where she was videotaped disrespectfully speaking to her Met Gala staff.
Oh my God, I'm so mad at. My PR was finally getting better. I had 2 deals lined up. Same with Diddy. I was talking to him. We lost both my deals. On God.
Yo, they fucked up DDG shit yesterday, didn't they?
Yes, bro. They fucked up my shit, his shit. Like I had an ad deal too. I was gonna do. Bro, I'm mad as fuck. I was like, fuck. Like, it's not even about the money. It's just because, like, I want to do
yes,
it.
It is.
Like, damn, it was a big ad. It was a big deal. So it's like, fuck. But yeah, bro. I mean, that's just the way it is, bro. That's the reality of how the world works. I mean, you know how it is, bro.
Yo, I think Kai is the only streamer clean enough to like really be aligned with brands. Like I know your brand is called Brand Risk, but like I think being a streamer is being a brand risk.
Child, okay. You say that you have a sexual assault case, PDF Academics, and you also said where you're 16, 17 and a half, you're still going to get this D. Okay. I don't care what race or gender you are. If you're disrespectful, or if I don't care what race or gender you are. If you're disrespectful to a 9-to-5 hardworking person, pisses me off. You're multi-millionaire getting mad, raging, and yelling at 9-to-5 viewers. It's bullshit. It's wrong. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to call out for what it is. Have patience. Ross ranted on his live stream. Continue all these people want to make it about racist horrible. Stop doing this bullshit. This is the problem with the internet. It just makes it really fun. That's how it is. Watch the game for where's the please, where's the may I, what a, see you next Tuesday, bro. Holy fuck, she had 0 talent. You went on calling her a piece of shit. And that's why your ass got what the fuck you got. Y'all, that is our show. One love, much love, all of. I will see you all back here tonight at 8:30 for this conversation here. We're going to talk about Black media and the state of Black media right here. The state of Black media is changing. Are we being culturally appropriated for what we can do, or culturally appropriated for, or culturally appreciated rather for who we are? We take down Every Scroll podcast comment there. Disney has no Black network. NBC Universal has no Black network, but Black people watch Bravo. Warner's Discovery has the Oprah Winfrey Network. Fox, that's Fox Soul. Nexstar Media Group Incorporated has no Black network. And then Paramount has BET, Black Entertainment Television. So we will talk about all that tonight at 8:30 p.m. One love, much love, all love. I feel the love. And send it right back to you. Let me show you that here. Let me just show you that the show is going to be happening right here. In 7 hours at 8:30, I'll see you there. One love, much love, all love. Bye, everybody. Bye. Peace.
Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery, an isle of fire-breathing excitement, a shadowy world of monsters and mystery, new wonders in the wizarding world, and a new way to play. Plus the splendor of a magnificent resort hotel overlooking the park. It's all new excitement at Universal Orlando Resort. A week's worth of vacation thrills with 4 amazing theme parks, a variety of spectacular themed hotels, and incredible dining and entertainment. It's all at Universal Orlando Resort, where you'll find new adventures every day. Explore the astonishing worlds of Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort. Prepare for a journey